Hello beautiful people. In today's video I'm going to be doing two looks using the Midi Zendo palette and the Mini Zendo palette. These two palettes right here. This is going to be the second look in the two look video. Alright guys, let's get right into it. Alright, so I've switched my sides for filming because I just want to try this side out for now. I'm going to start with the shade Mindful from the Zendo palette. And I'm going to take that in the crease and I'm going to blend it out and kind of do a smoky-ish eye. This is my first time filming with this setup. I just switched a few things around, so bear with me if I go out of frame or if I'm not as close as I usually am. I think I am. So this shade blends so well. I just picked up a little bit on my brush. I'm just going to blend it out. I kind of want to do like somewhat of a smoky eye. I'm feeling fall makeup today, which is interesting because I wasn't feeling it up until I think maybe yesterday. Alright, that shade is blending beautifully. I'm going to just add a little bit more in the inner corner here. I'm going to take it onto the lid also. It's going to build it up some. Just taking it on a flat brush. I'm just going to take it about halfway in because the color that I'm going to take next, I want it to kind of overlap it, but at the same time I want the other color to show. I want to showcase the other color as well. And Sebastian is next to me on his cage, so if you can hear him squawking or making noise, I will grab him if he gets too loud. It's okay. Let me just grab him. Alright, he doesn't want to come, so I'm going to continue on blending here. I'm taking a smaller brush, going in with the shade Mindful, and I'm just going to work it to the outer corner here. Building it up, blending it out. I'm getting no fallout with this color as usual. Alright. Okay, for now I'm going to leave it like that, I think. Actually, no, I'm going to take a little bit of the shade Calm. It's that pinky peach shade. And I'm going to take that on not a super dense brush, but also not a fluffy brush. I'm going to take that on the inner corner right here. If I turn my head like this, is that good? And I'm just going to bring the peach shade out here, going back in with the Mindful brush with no additional product, just blending things together. Okay, now I don't have anything from that palette that I want to use for brow bone highlight, so I'm just taking my MAC shade in Brulee, adding it there, giving another quick blend, switching to the brush we used the peach with, the Calm shade. Alright, I think that's good for now. I'm going to take the shade, what is this shade? Daz from the Mini Zendo palette, and that shade needs glitter glue, so I'm going to apply glitter glue. Alright, going in with this shade on my finger. This shade does take a little bit to work up, so I'm going to have to go in with a couple passes. But that does not bother me. I'm going to take a brush, actually a flat brush, because I find you can pick up more color if you kind of not dig in, but get your bristles in there. And I'm just taking that up to the crease slightly, so you can see it when I open my eyes because I have hooded eyes. And then I'm just taking it and overlapping to the Mindful shade. I love how those two shades blend together. I'm just going to go back in with that same brush that I used Mindful with, and I'm just going to apply a little bit more Mindful on the outer corner. Now if you wanted to deepen this up more, you could go in with the shade Uncovered. I believe this is the shade Uncovered. Or Stark. Maybe it's called Stark. I don't remember. But that one there, you could go in with that in the outer corner. But I don't think I want to deepen it up today. I think I'm just going to leave it like that and let that Mindful shade shine through because I just love that shade so much. Alright, for the inner corner here, I think I'm going to take a little bit of... See, there's nothing in these palettes that I want to use. I'm going to go into the... I'm going to cheat a little bit, and I'm going to go into the Mini Retro and take this color here. I want a little bit more of a pink twist to it. If you wanted to stick with this palette, you could do the shade Luster, or you could take a matte. Or you could take a gold, but it's going in with a bit more of that Daz shade. Alright, so before I jump off and finish up the rest of the face, I did want to add the shade Luster to the inner part just to give it a little bit more pop. Although this is pretty, I want just a little bit more like something something, so I'm just taking the shade Luster and I'm going to put it just on the very center of the lid. There we go. This just gives a little something extra. You all know I like something extra. Okay. Beautiful. Alright, I'm going to go and do my foundation now. Alright, for the lower lash line, I'm going to go in with the shade Mindful on the outer corner. And take it just a quarter of the way in. Making sure to connect it to the outer part here. I'll go in with a blending brush after and touch that up if I need to. Okay, once that's there, I'm just going to wipe off my brush and blend it a little more. Alright, then I'm going to take the shade, I'm going to really wipe off that same brush because I'm going to go in with the shade Calm. And I'm taking that and blending it a quarter of the way in more, so from half to about like right there on my eyes. Tweak this or adjust it to how you want it on your eyes. Alright, then there's nothing in this palette that I want to take for the inner corner. Everything else would be too dark and I like to have my inner corners brighter. So I'm going in with this older shadow from Makeup Geek called Spotlight, and I'm taking that on a really tiny brush. And I'm going to take that on the innermost corner right here. It's a, oh, that's up in my eye. Ugh. It's a peachy shade, so it blends in really nicely with the shade Calm. Peachy pink, peach pink. Alright, and then for the innermost corner, I'm going to go in with my MAC pigment that I've neglected for a little while because I was using a different one, but this look calls for gold, I think. Alright. After that, I think if you want to do a super smoky look, you can do brown on the waterline. I might do that. You know what? Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'm just going to take a little bit more of the shadow from Makeup Geek just to blend. Alright, I think that's good. I have this, where's my eye pencil? I have this little mini eye pencil, not mini, but it's been used, from Annabelle. And I'm just going to take that just on the outer part. I'm not taking it all the way in. And this is a waterproof pencil, so I'm not gonna set it. Alright, for the inner corner to help keep it bright, I'm gonna go in with the Mini Zendo, and then I'm gonna take this shade here, and I'm just gonna tap that on the inner part of my waterline, where I didn't put the brown, just to keep it open, and then it gets smokier as you go out. I've been doing this recently with when I do my waterline, taking a lighter color for the inner, and then a darker for the outer. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and apply mascara and show you guys the complete look. Alright, here is the completed look. I added this lipstick here from Melt Cosmetics. It's called Paris Fling. I thought the peachy nude would complement this look very well. I will zoom in on the eye so you can get a better look. Shh. So there's that eye there. And there's that one there. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you like this little series that I'm doing with combining the mini and the Midi. Alright, that's it for this look. I'm going to go ahead and jump onto the second look now. Alright, starting off with the shade Zeal. I'm taking that on a semi-fluffy brush, and I'm going to take that on the outer edge here. And I'm going to take it about halfway in. I'm not going to go all the way in, just about halfway. And yeah, I'm just going to start packing this on and working it in. And I'm taking the other side of the brush here with the same shade, and I'm going to start taking that onto the eyelid itself. Working it closer to the lashes so there's no gap. I'm going to apply some eyeliner after, but this is the gist of the look of it. Alright, just blending the edges there. Switching back over. I'm then going to take, what did I use? Did I switch brushes yet? I don't remember. Sometimes the downside of doing one eye and then the other eye is you forget the steps you use all the time to blend out certain shades. Like sometimes you'll get a problem shade and you'll have to do something different. I think for the next step I took this fluffier brush here, it's MAC 224, and I took the Midi Zendo and I took this shade here, and I'm just going to take that on it and just kind of diffuse the edges and add a little bit of warmth because that is quite a cool shade here. Now it doesn't really help with the blend too much, but it does a little bit. And then what I did was I took the shade on a slightly more dense brush because I'm going to go in with the cream to powder. Yeah, cream to powder. I'm taking the shade Breath, and I'm taking that just a little bit, and I'm just going to work that on the outer edge of that Zeal just to help blend it and diffuse it just a little bit because I don't want it to be too harsh coming out here. I want it to be kind of more diffused and soft. And this is what I did on the other eye to try and make the blend a little more soft. And then I'm going back into that original brush. It's just one of the brushes that came in the ABH palette, nothing special. I do need to get some more brushes, I really want to, but for me, brushes are not my favorite thing to spend money on. Like, I'd rather spend it on fun things like color cosmetics. But I think I might be at the point now where I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to order the new Natasha Denona Mini Metropolis. I'm going to go half with my mom. She's going to take the palette because I already have the bigger size Metropolis, but I really want the brush, and I thought it would be a fun way to sample the brush from her, even though it's might be different than her bigger brushes, but yeah. Alright, this is taking a little longer to blend out on this side than it was the other side, but we're slowly getting there. Because I'm talking and not concentrating on what I'm doing. Always happens to me. Okay, taking this flat brush here, I'm going to take the shade Zeal on it, and I'm just going to work that closest to the lashes. And I'm getting like no follow, which is really cool, considering I'm working with a darker shade on a fluffy brush. Alright, after that's on and blended how I want with the appropriate depth for now, I'm going to come back on and work it in with the other color later. I'm going to take some glitter glue and apply that to my lid part here. Alright, now after the glitter glue is on, I'm taking the Midi Zendo and I'm taking this middle shade here called Stripped, and I'm taking that on my finger, and I'm just going to tap that on the inner half of the lid and slightly up towards the crease and overlapping the Zeal. Now I'm just doing this roughly at first, so I'm going to go back over with a brush and finesse it, which is what I'm going to do next. So taking that flat brush there, I'm just going to start diffusing the edges gently. I don't want to bring it too far out, but I want to bring it out just enough so I'm going to open my eyes and look straight ahead. and that way I can see with hooded eyes how far you want to take it up. Taking it over top of the Zeal, then going back in with that other fluffy, semi-fluffy brush. Not too fluffy, but not too dense. I'm taking the shade Zeal again, and I'm going to add that to the outer corner here just to blend the two colors together. I'm just going to switch to the flat brush here just to give a little more intensity. And just to blend the shimmer and the matte together. Alright, I'm liking the way that is looking. I'm going to take the shade Yama, which is this really pretty gold with a green undertone to it. And I'm taking that on a MAC 217. It's slightly fluffy, but it's going to diffuse I keep looking in the viewfinder, I'm so sorry. It's going to diffuse the shimmer on the lid a little bit, and I'm just going to apply this right here, which is probably an unexpected part to apply the shadow. But I wanted something just to help blend those two colors together, and there's really nothing in this palette to do the technique that I like to do, so I decided to take Yama just to see. I'm not opposed to putting shimmer in the crease, I do it every day. So yeah, if you don't like that, then maybe find something else in your collection to blend it with, maybe like, or maybe you can even do the mint green shade. You could do that, or mix, I don't know, because you don't want to go too dark, you want to keep it light and blended. Maybe balance if you want to go more of a neutral route, but I think that might muddy the colors together, so that's why I didn't use it. Alright, for my brow bone highlight, I'm going to go with my usual Urban Decay Naked 2 Booty Call. Then for the inner corner, this part here that I always do, I'm going to take this fluffy brush on the shade Stripped, and I'm just going to take it ever so lightly into the inner corner. Not a lot, because I don't want it to be super dark in there, but I'm basically just using this brush to diffuse the pigments and just give it like a lighter wash to the inner corner, because I don't want to take something else. I kind of want to just stick with these colors today. And yeah, as you can see here, that kind of diffused it beautifully, in my opinion. Okay, that is it for the eyelids. I'm going to go ahead and apply liner and come back and finish the lower lash line. Alright, for the lower lash line, I'm starting off with this pencil here from NARS. It's just a gold pencil. It's not available anymore, unfortunately. I'm just trying to use it up, but any like gold with a little hint of sheen, shimmer, is what I would be replacing it with. I'm taking the shade Zeal first off from the palette, and I'm going to apply that to the outer edge here to join up the Zeal on the upper lash line. And I'm not quite taking it halfway, I'm taking it a little less. Like I always say, if your eye shape supports darker on the inner corner, then go ahead and take it there. And then I'm switching brushes to an even smaller brush. I'm taking this tiny one here. Excuse me, I need a drink. Sorry, I was eating cucumber and I got stuck in my throat. Anyways, I'm taking this tiny little brush here, and I'm just going to apply that from almost the inner corner and overlap it with the Zeal on the outer corner. Now, I'm trying to use, I was going to use a different color, but I mean, in this palette there's not really anything else I can use in the inner corner that's going to be to my brightness liking. So I'm taking the green in the inner corner. And then I'm also going to take that slightly on the lower lash line, and I'm going to mix Breath and Yama together. I'm just going to overlap Yama on top of the mint color there. I'm taking the shade Get Fresh from the Mint to Be palette just because it's fading a little bit already and I just applied it. So I'm also going to add this on top just to give it a little more strength to last a little longer. For some reason for today it's not staying on. I don't know why. Alright. Taking a little more of the Yama. I'm sorry guys, Sebastian is being extremely needy today. I don't know what his deal is. Alright, a little more Yama in the inner corner. That looks pretty. I'm just going to take a little bit more of that Zeal, and I'm just going to blend it down a little bit just to give it a little more smoky effect. Maybe I'll take a little bit of the shade Breath on that really fluffy brush just to help with the diffusion of the color and give it like a little more smoke, even though it's a mint color. But I'm trying to diffuse the Zeal just a little bit more down into it. There we go. Perfect. I think that matches the other eye. Okay, now I'm going to take the Urban Decay liner here called Stash. It's probably old, probably can't get it anymore. Any darker green or brown if you want to use in the waterline. I'm just taking that right there, just to give it a little definition. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and finish my brows and apply mascara and come back and show you guys the final look. Alright, I am back with the finished eye look. Let me just move my mirror aside so I can zoom in and give you guys a closer look. Sorry. Alright, so there is that eye there. And both eyes together. Sebastian. Alright, let me zoom you out so you can get the bigger picture. I'm not going to zoom you out too hard because my background is a mess right now. Okay, it's not too bad. You can't really see it. Alright, I'm sorry for my moody bird. I don't know what his issue is right now. But yeah, this is the final look in the 2 look using the Mini and the Midi Zendo. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I think the next one to go up is going to be the gold, mini gold, and I don't want to say midi gold because it's not a midi, it's a full size in a different kind of pan. Anyways. Alright, leave your comments in the comment section below if you liked these looks. What would you guys have paired together? I thought it was fun. Let me just show you this real quick here again before I sign off. There is the Midi and the Mini. Alright guys, before my bird gets into any more makeup, I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please consider subscribing before you click out of this video. And yeah, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye!